Hello ladies and gentlemen. I know it's become the norm for me not to fulfill promises I make in update videos, but let this be the first small step to remedy this unfortunate turn of event. I promised a vote on the next LP and here it is. Similar to the update video, I am going to use the comments to take your vote. Please give the comment a thumbs up to show I would like to see this, or a thumbs down to show I'm not fussed about this. I also feel I have to let you know in advance that this is not your traditional democracy, as in fact this vote has more in common, say, with a vote in the Special Administrative Region of Hong Kong, i.e. while there are public elections, there are other sectors that have influence also. I will now try to quickly go through all the options as well as specifically state what comment the option relates to. The first three options are Cities Skylines. Pond Apocalypse. Quite easily the most requested comment while I was inactive. Frozen City Challenge. This is a challenge I did before, and it is partly on the list as once the city is ready to unfreeze, I can live stream it as I did last time with no need for me to talk. So this might be the only way I'll be streaming anytime soon. And the third option is for those who want to see a more normal Cities Let's Play. Democracy Free is probably the second most commented on game while I was inactive. I am putting the Paradox games into a single category like I did the free Cities options. Crusader Kings 2. How could the Bastard Simulator not be on this list? According to YouTube, some of my top performing videos of all time are from this game. For an example, it takes 6 of the top spots and 7 out of the top 10 spots for minutes watched on the lifetime of the channel. EU4. Again, a game that had to be on the list. Probably where I have been most creative in the scenarios that I have undertaken, and the EU series was my introduction to Paradox games. Thank you, Iridus, you red-eyed blue puffball. Hearts of Iron 4. Probably the Paradox game that I am most eager to play again, partly due to the lack of time I have spent with it, my only campaign being the multiplayer game I played with Joe. By the way, sorry Australia and Canada, I blame Joe. Stellaris. Easily the Paradox game I have played the least, as I don't think I have. And to be fair, I don't believe I've given it its fair shake. FTL Faster Than Light. FTL could quite possibly be the best option that I could guarantee you a full playthrough. Speaking of you guys dying, XCOM's turn-based gameplay means it should be a good fit. The only problem with doing this as a Let's Play and not a Let's Stream is that I don't get to hear you guys scream as you die in real time. I don't know if I have ever said this publicly on the channel, but I do not like Civ 5. As soon as the novelty wore off, it was just no fun for me. I still have not played Civ 6, but from what I have seen and been told, it seems, at least seems, to have fixed a lot of the problems, so I would be interested in trying it out. While I have heard some describe Jurassic World as a mobile game for PC, it does hit them nostalgia bones for Jurassic Park and games like Roller Coaster Tycoon, and from what I have seen, what little I have seen, it looks fun. Kingdom Come was likely the game that surprised me the most while I have not been recording or playing. However, that's because I was given a copy, seemingly out of nowhere. It's possible it was the devs or the publishers, but I just don't know. So if you're watching and it was you, please drop me a comment so I can thank you. As to me, this game looks like a more story-driven Mount & Blade with better graphics. Speaking of Mount & Blade, I know this was a game that people always requested and that I got around to a lot less often than I would have liked. Big Pharma is a game that was in the pipelines to have a Let's Play of it made just as I stopped making content, to the point where I had spoken to the devs and said that one was coming. If they're watching now, it is still coming. If not now, then soon. Like winter in Game of Thrones. Factorio. A game that I know has changed so much since I last played it that it might be like starting from scratch again. It's also one of the games that got the most comments while I was inactive, and it is obviously a game I would be more than happy to play by myself. Even though it is a real-time game, there is no punishment for pausing, so I'm pretty sure I could manage it. The majority of the comments were on the multiplayer playthroughs. While that might be due to me doing more multiplayer than single-player playthroughs, it is certainly something I think I could arrange again. So as well as a thumbs up or down on this one, if you want to suggest people I could approach to play with, feel free. In fact, it is more than encouraged. Stardew Valley. A game that almost could have been made for my imposed recording constraints. Very little time-sensitive mechanics, and the game days equal about the same amount of time I wanted to make my episodes. If I was to do a single-player campaign, it would be a complete and utter fresh start, not a continuation of my Let's Drunk, as I do not plan to be drinking during these recording sessions, and how can I continue a Let's Drunk if I'm not drunk? My understanding of the game is very limited, so having some more knowledgeable farmhands could go a long way for me not to be responsible for a famine in the Stardew region. If you like this idea, please suggest people for me to contact about it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the options and time we have for today. So as always, I would like to thank you for watching and encourage you to vote early and often, but unfortunately I am going to have to say goodbye. Goodbye.